Thank you, Simon. Good afternoon, everybody. I believe the role and vision of Toyota globally is well understood. At Toyota, we believe we contribute a lot to the future of mobility, and we will continue on this path by focusing on electrification, intelligence, and diversity. As President Sato said recently, the future is something that we all create together. Let's change the future of the cars. In Europe, we have the same vision. And in key areas like environment, we are leading the way. For instance, here in Europe, we are going faster towards carbon neutrality than the global Toyota organization. Stakeholder expectations towards the business have increased, and regulations are getting stricter. But most importantly and most powerfully, it's consumer sentiment that is driving change. This is happening globally, but it's happening faster here in Europe. You probably feel this yourself. Let me ask you, are you making more environmentally conscious decisions compared to 5 years ago? You are not alone. 87% of European consumers believe there is an urgent need to address climate change. But of course, the situation country by country is different. That's why Toyota's approach is to be the best in town. This means we aim to positively contribute to the environment of each region, country, or city by providing the right solution to meet local needs. More than 50 countries means more than 50 solutions towards carbon neutrality. This is why Toyota believes in the positive impact of the multi-path approach to carbon reduction. Last year, Toyota was certified by SBTi as meeting the 1.5 degrees standard for its global Scope 1 and 2 reduction target. This gives independent confirmation that we are on the right path to meet our global carbon neutrality commitment for 2050. In Europe, we announced last year that we expect to be fully carbon neutral here by 2040, 10 years earlier than global Toyota. There are several key steps in our journey. The first step covers step 1 and 2 where by 2030. All of our owned facilities, including offices, R&D facilities, warehouses, and manufacturing plants, will be carbon neutral. The next step related to Scope 3. By 2035, we will have a lineup with 100% CO2 reduction. And then, by 2040, we will have achieved full carbon neutrality in logistics and value chain. Last year, we highlighted a number of examples of what we are doing to achieve carbon neutrality in our facilities. This includes the use of 100% green electricity and biogas for heating. We are also moving forward with Scope 3 carbon reduction. For instance, here in Belgium, we are just about to start using hydrogen fuel cell trucks on 4 of our key logistical routes, including across the borders into France, Germany, and Netherlands. Not only does this approach reduce carbon emission to zero, but it also has the effect of stimulating the hydrogen refueling infrastructure. We believe the carbon reduction benefit of scaling this approach to the thousands of logistic routes across Europe could be huge. Let me also highlight the average CO2 emission of our new cars. Historically, we have delivered the lowest corporate average fuel economy figures in Europe and have consistently beaten the EU targets thanks to widespread availability of our hybrid technologies. Now, as we move towards 2035, we are determined to remain ahead of the curves. This is where the power of our multi-pathway approach to carbon reduction can be seen. No matter which country or environment the customer is in, Toyota has the right technology today and tomorrow to make sure they can choose a low-emission solution. Mobility for all, leaving no one behind, are two fundamentals of who we are and what we have consistently aimed to achieve. This philosophy highlights that Toyota's approach to carbon reduction is not just about tomorrow. It's also about today, and perhaps more importantly for the environment, it was also about yesterday. At this point, I believe it's important to say that even though we will continue to offer multi-carbon reduction technologies, we will also steadily increase the number of zero-emission vehicles we offer to customers. By 2026, we will offer consumers the choice of around 15 ZEVs under the Toyota brand. This, of course, includes the 6 dedicated battery EVs we previously confirmed for launch by 2026. BZ4X was the first. Following a number of Kaizen actions, the BZ4X is now performing well in market. Its key attributes of a confident drive, spacious packaging, and improved range visibility are seen by increasing number of customers as appealing. The result is that BZ4X is now beating its sales plan, and in Norway, where EVs are dominating, it's number 3 in segment with a 15% market share. Now, turning to the 6x26 plan, let me give you an update. Last year, we showed you the compact SUV. With a smaller footprint, it's clearly a vehicle intended for the important C segment in Europe. Earlier this year, we revealed sport crossover concept. Now, for the first time, we'd like to give you the opportunity to see it in Europe. Let's take a look. Well, what do you think? The sports crossover concept features a sleek coupe style design, which makes it the perfect style hero for BEV portfolio. It's longer and wider and lower than a BZ4X, and is interested to appeal to those who prioritize style above functionality. So now you have a pretty good idea of how to plan dedicated EV portfolio. Let's take the next step. Thinking about the European market in particular, there is a big demand for more compact products. And indeed, given our success in A, B, and C segment in Europe, it's natural our customer would like to be asking us to look at those areas. Our response is a product that is even smaller than the compact SUV concept. So let's take a look. Here it is. It has a kind of compact footprint and higher driving position that many customers in urban environments are looking for. Stylish, versatile. This model gives a strong indication of what will be a key contributor to our BEV sales here in Europe. We plan to reveal the production version of this car in the first half of next year. Now, you have an idea of 4 of the 6 dedicated BEV models we will launch in Europe. Are you curious to know about the next 2? Well, let's just say we are looking to further expand the portfolio to cover a wider range of customers. And maybe you'll learn more about that in the deep dive. As I mentioned earlier, by 2026, our ZEV portfolio will have grown to over 15 models. And the resulting sales volume will have significantly increased compared to today. By then, we anticipate that our BEV mix in Europe will be over 20% and total volume of more than 250,000 vehicles. We've always been clear that local production of BEVs would come when we are able to secure sustainable volume. We believe we'll be able to make that step around this time frame. I know you want to know more about this topic, but sorry, I'll have to wait a little longer for that information. Turning to alternative zero-emission technologies, we will continue to challenge by developing a number of pathways, including hydrogen combustion, e-fuel, and of course, hydrogen fuel cell. I believe it's important to confirm that we are not giving up on hydrogen fuel cell products like the Mirai or the newly launched Crown Fuel Cell EV. On the contrary, we believe the growing infrastructure stimulated by wider hydrogen use will create an even more compelling reason to choose fuel cell technology for personal mobility in the future. The European Commission has a great confidence in this approach, leading to a 45 billion euro investment in hydrogen overall. And the EU's Transport Infrastructure Fund has awarded 284 million euros, or around 1/3 of its budget, for the installation of hydrogen refueling stations. Toyota would like to strongly contribute to establishing a hydrogen society in Europe. Even though we have the technology, we cannot fully leverage the full potential of our own. We need to collaborate together with the like-minded partners to fully establish a hydrogen society. Momentum is growing, and we are receiving more and more inquiries about our technology and products. Therefore, on a global level, we have established the hydrogen factory to operate together with the BEV factory. To be clear, this doesn't mean we are looking to enter the business of making hydrogen, but does point towards a coordinated approach to the commercialization of hydrogen technology, spanning everything from development and production through sales and after sales. At the same time, our fuel cell development continues at pace, and we are planning to launch our third generation technology in 2026. To respond to the increasing level of activities, we are formalizing a dedicated business unit that we call Toyota Hydrogen Factory Europe. This unit will be responsible for producing a growing number of fuel cell systems and support the increasing group of commercial partners. Many of our systems will make their way into trucks, coaches, buses, mailing applications, and stationary power systems. And an increasing number will make their way into light-duty vehicles such as passenger cars and pickup trucks. Back in September, we presented a prototype version of a hydrogen fuel cell Hilux. Development is continuing very well, and we are getting ready to demonstrate it to customers and you, the media, in the coming months. Hilux, of course, is chosen by many customers who need a reliable vehicle to undertake their daily work. As such, it forms a key part of our Toyota Professional fleet. To tell us more about the Toyota Professional, let me invite Matt back on stage. Matt-san, thank you.